Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Now the left fielder, Joe Random. Schultz back to work. Line drive ripped down the left side towards the left field corner. Makes the turn and heads for second. The throw in. And one pitch into the inning, it's a leadoff double.
Man, those are the types of hits where you don't feel any vibration in your hands whatsoever. Such a good feeling. Solid swing from start to end. On time with everything. Really good balance. Nice extension. And he met it out front for the line drive nine.
And that's got extra bases written all over it. He's in with a double, and that's his second double of the night.
With that fastball, even though it's high velocity, you've got to live on the outer edges. When it's right on a tee, right down the middle, professional hitters are not going to have a problem turning it around.
Hit hard, base hit. So a man aboard now with one away. Welcome back as we have a pinch hitter to lead it off. Carson Bench.
Winning never gets old, but it's also important to come out and play with some level of a fear of failure. That's what brings out the best.
Now the left fielder, Joe Random. It's been a tough stretch at the plate, barely hitting above the Mendoza line this month. Oh, what a great play. Gathers and throws. Nicely done for the out. So no run. One gone and a runner on at first. Coming to the dish now for Harrisburg, Joe Random. Ripped, but it curls foul. We are far into the season, and it's right about now that the luster of chasing after your big league dreams can start to fade. It's tough to deal with the endless travel and ceaseless uncertainty of life on the road. Line drive, that's a base knock. Lead runner stops at second.
The first baseman, number 1.
This broadcast is sponsored by Thad's Theremin Therapy, helping you through life's challenges with the soothing sounds of theremin music. Might be 2. He makes the turn and digs for second base. The throw to second is offline. And there it is, his 100th hit. It must be so gratifying to reach these milestones that tell you, yes, the hard work and dedication are worth it. Bases are empty with 2 away. Stepping up to the plate for Harrisburg, Joe Random. Up the middle. Dives, but it kicks off the glove. No throw, and they come away without an out. We're back here at the ballpark. Here's the left fielder, Joe Random. Lined, and that's a base hit. Runner aboard on the leadoff single. Digging in, Elijah Green.
Here we go right here. No one better. No one better.
1-2 pitch. And that's ripped into right. Base hit. Runner rounds third, on his way to the plate. Scores easily. It's an RBI single, and they cut the lead to 2. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Next to hit, Joe Random. An impressive showing in a fierce rivalry matchup. And you have to think the manager is pleased with that. A frozen rope. Ball game. Random played well but couldn't lift them to a win. Joe Random comes into this one fresh. Digging in for the Senators, Joe Random, coming off a 4-hit effort in yesterday's game. Rips this one to short. Play made, that ends the inning. So it's no runner at first. Random, getting ready to hit. A big game last night. 4 hits in that one. This to third. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. But they get the out at first, and that'll do it for the inning. So 1 hit is all they get. Moving on now. If you're looking for a new scent that makes you think of the ballpark, turn to Sudsy Susie's Body Wash. New options include fresh cut grass, pine tar, and hot dog water. Lined into left center, should be extra bases. Around first and heading for second. Into second easily with a leadoff double. Aggressive approach paid off there. Found something he could hit. That was as textbook a double as you'll see. Flicked that one into the gap, turned the corner, and hustled in for the extra base knock. Now a pivotal at bat in this ballgame. Left field getting pretty deep. That one's back there. It's off the wall. Around first, hustling for 2. In safely with a double, second of the day. Some excellent swings for him in this game as he notches extra base hit number 2. That one had an exit velocity of 105 miles per hour. Anytime you hit one that hard, you're shocked if you don't wind up with a hit. On the ground, and it goes just foul. Out in front a bit on that fastball, and as a result, he pulled it foul. He needs to stay back and think up the middle. This one is labeled.
Go, ball, go!
Bangs off the wall, around first and digging for second. It's a double, 3-hit ball game. Seeing the ball very well in this game. Great rip on that one to the pole side. Didn't get too far ahead of it, just kept a nice bat path through it for a line drive base knock into the outfield. This next at bat is going to be critical. Fly to center, and that ought to do it. Gets under it for the out, and that's your ball game. Always great to see a player as locked in as he was. Joe Random has been making waves. So 2 down. Next to hit for the Senators, Joe Random. Line, and that's a base knock. That keeps the inning going. Now the left fielder, Joe Random. 3 hits in the loss last night. Lined into left center, should be extra bases. Round second, headed for third. Headed for the plate. Runner scores, and they have the lead. He's already 2 for 2 with a single and a double, and moseying right along to set up a chance at the cycle. Man at first with 1 gone. Coming to the dish now for Harrisburg, Joe Random. A laser to left for a base hit. And they hold the runner at second. And he's put together quite a game at the plate. Got out in front, but didn't allow the wrists to yank that one into foul ground. That's a good example of extending through the swing and following through to line that pitch into the line drive. And that's a base hit. 1 run comes across. Runner around third. Ball comes home, and he is dead at the plate. 1 down. Base is empty here in the 9th. Random, 4 for 4 with 2 doubles and 2 singles. Shoots this one up the left field line, and foul ball.
Hey, attaboy,
Ripped into center for a base hit. And now the tying run is into scoring position. This is a terrific performance. Random was a real bright spot for them in the loss. 5 hits and
Los bolsillos llenos, me siento como un buster, todas se me arriman. Mala mía, si tu gata está en mi roster, pa' su postre, entre el dueño de la aldea, women se me pega. Yo no soy Shenlong. Imagina lo que te espera, entre el dueño de la aldea, women se me pega, huele mi dinero. Yo no soy Shenlong. Buscan que la les bendiga. Soy el dembow killer, dueño en la maquila, liche en la valija, más el edit, foto tienen fija, las babies en los números se fijan, los bolsillos llenos, póster, todas se me riman. Mala mía, si tu gata está en mi roster.
Random. And the next batter, Joe Random. Making a lot of contact recently, hits in each of the last 6 games. This one swung on, hit very well, way back there. And it is gone! Made them pay for that one, a 3-run home run. And that's how they take the lead. It's 3-0. That was a low 90s fastball, and it wound up in a spot that was entirely too hittable. A pitcher who doesn't have great velo on the fastball has to locate better than that. Large Lab Burgers is a proud sponsor of this broadcast. This month, try their super spicy Serrano burger. If you can eat 3 in one sitting, they'll put your picture on the wall. Random, he's already homered in this ballgame, and plenty of time to first. Random, the next to hit. Already a homer for him in this one. Swing and a drive. It's off the top of the wall. Around first and heading for second. And into second with 1 away. That's a double. And he's clearly locked in after yet another hit. Really seeing the ball well lately. He's a threat every time he steps into the box.
Hey, keep it going. Clutch up for us right here.
Line drive, and it's caught. The inning is over, and it could have been worse. Nobody on with 1 out. Stepping up to the plate for Harrisburg, Joe Random. This ball is crushed deep to left. This one's gonna go. That's a good job to adjust to the inside fastball there. He may have been hunting something on the outer half, but he kept the hands in and blasted that one out for the round tripper. Joe Random, fresh off an impressive. Digging in for the Senators, Joe Random blasted 2 home runs in last night's game. Here's a laser out to left. Makes the grab. Here comes the runner from third. Throw home, not in time. The run scores. And it's 1-0. And his consistent production continues as he notches his 50th RBI of the season. Such a valuable member of this lineup. Left field getting pretty deep. That's down, one hops off the wall. Lead runner holds at third, so 2 runners in scoring position and just 1 out. And it'll be runners at second and third, only 1 away. And he keeps swinging a hot bat. Some really good games lately. Smooth swing on that pitch. He connected out front and rattled it into the outfield. That's the kind of swing you want to replicate.
Now
coming to the dish now for Harrisburg, Joe Random.
Clutch up, drive him in right here. Come on, let's go.
Line drive. Makes the catch. 1 down. You gotta have guts to play third base because in situations like this, you have basically no reaction time. That's a huge effort right there. Way to come up big for your teammates. Line drive. Might have extra bases. He makes the turn and digs for second base. The throw to second is offline. And he's clearly locked in after yet another hit. Really seeing the ball well lately. He's a threat every time he steps into the box. Joe Random. Next to hit for the Senators, Joe Random. Doing a good job of driving in some runs of late. Over the last 10 games, he's knocked in 10 runs. Well struck, out to left. Bangs off the wall. Runner rounds third, on his way to the plate. Relay, throw home, and he's out. Runner at first,
now
1
batting,
away.
the left
Random,
fielder,
1 for 1 with a double and a run scored. This one's hammered to left center, well struck. And that one hops the wall. Runner around third. Crosses the plate. And he's clearly locked in after yet another hit. Really seeing the ball well lately. He's a threat every time he steps into the box. Shoots this one up the left field line. Fair ball. Headed for the plate. 1 run comes across. Coming around third. Here's the relay to the plate. He's in there. It's 5-1. Nicely done. Brings home 2. He was right on top of that pitch. Jumped off the bat, and the double was a pretty clear possibility right away. Hard hit for a base hit. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out. Random was fantastic in the win. Knocked in 3 runs for him. Opposing pitchers will want it. Joe Random comes into this. So 2 down. Joe Random now at the plate, coming off a 4-hit effort in yesterday's game. That one ripped out to left. Makes the catch, inning over. And now, Joe Random, 4 for 4 last night. Lined, and that's a base hit. So 1 on now with 1 away.
The first baseman.
Here's the left fielder, Joe Random.
Now batting,
1
the
for 2.
left fielder, Joe Random.
Grounder might be 2. To second, there's 1 and 2. What a play. Always love a double play, especially when it's as smooth as the one they just turned. Runner at first. Stepping up to the plate for Harrisburg, Joe Random. Out in front, ripped foul. Lewis goes 6'7". He works with a 4-seam fastball, a changeup, a a slider, and works in a two-seamer. This one is labeled. Bangs off the wall. Coming to the plate. Comes across to score. And he's clearly locked in after. He was a difference maker for them in this one. They took the loss.
Yeah. Know what I'm saying?
Joe Random currently on a 10-game hitting streak. Can he keep it going today? So 2 down.
Batting
Digging
third,
in for
the
the
left
Senators,
fielder,
Joe
Joe
Random.
Random.
Ground ball left side. Fair ball. And he
Batting
keeps
fourth.
swinging a hot bat. Some really good
Now
games
batting,
lately.
the
Rolled
left
over on
fielder,
that one a bit,
Joe
but still managed to put enough
Random.
behind it that it scooted through the infield for a base hit. And that's a 1-out single. And he's clearly locked in after yet another hit. Really seeing the ball well lately. And he's a threat every time he steps into the box.
Hey, good shot. Put it in.
Ripped into center for a base hit. Lead runner turns at second. And they'll have runners at the corners after a 1-out single. Seeing the ball very well in this game. Got the center
Lead
foot
off for
fastball
the
and
Senators,
pounced on
the
it. That
left
thing was
fielder,
smoked.
Joe
Might be a chance for them to start
Random.
working their way back into this thing.
Hey, attaboy.
Line drive, that's a base hit. He's put together a really excellent game with the bat.
Leading off
Line
for
drives
the
into center are
Senators,
such
the
high
left
percentage
fielder,
swings.
Joe
There are a lot of hits to be
Random.
found out there.
Can I ace it? If you find someone that disagrees, please tell me.
Hit hard on the ground to short. Tosses to first. And the leadoff batter set down here in the 9th. We're back here at the ballpark. Moving on to the bottom of the 10th. And now the right fielder, Nick Schnell. Hauls it in, 1 away. I'm sure he's disappointed after he didn't get the hit on that line out, but that's great
The left fielder,
contact.
number
The next time he
24,
hits it like that, I bet it works out better.
Random.
Clutch up right here. Clutch up.
Base hit, that'll do it. And the Senators walk it off. A thrilling finish in the 6-5.
Right now, can't
Joe Random delivered. Next to hit for the Senators, Joe Random, looking to stay hot. Had 5 hits in last night's game. Here's a grounder up the middle. Nice stop. The throw to second. Double play. What a twin killing to end the inning. If a sergeant's trying to make you put up their platoon in your house, show them you mean business. Call the Third Amendment experts at Benson, Looper, and James today. Random 0 for 1 so far. That one smashed to left field. It one-hops off the wall. Might be trouble. Around first and digging for second. Not in time. That's a leadoff double. Next to hit, Joe Random. 1 for 2.
Right now.
The left fielder, number 24, Joe Random.
Sharp grounder into the outfield for a hit. And that is going to bring the tying run to the plate. This is one of the first real
Number
jams he's
18.
faced in this one. 2 straight
left
singles to
fielder,
start
number
this inning.
24,
And if he's not
Joe
careful, this excellent outing
Random.
could go away fast. Well struck, out to left. One hops off the wall, might be trouble here. Relay throw to second. Not in time. Runner safe. A run comes in on the play. One out and the bases are empty. Joe Random digs in now. Base hit. That one scorched through the infield. And he's put together quite a game at the plate. The batter now, Jackson Clough. We're in the bottom of the 9th inning. First and second, 2 down. On the ground, out to short. Dives, but it's off the glove. No throw, and that loads the bases. Random gave them a terrific effort, even in defeat. Random with another opportunity. So 2 down. Now the left fielder, Joe Random. Absolutely wrecked in the air to deep right center, and it's gone. A home run. That's quite a way to announce your arrival at AAA. Somebody grab a hold of that ball. He's definitely going to want that for the trophy cabinet. That's easy power he's showing up there. Hammered that one up over the wall in the opposite gap, and that is rare territory. Not many hitters with the pop to do that. Great swing. Hard ground ball, base hit. That keeps the inning going. Joe Random getting ready to hit. He's already gone yard in this game.
Hey, Big Mama right here. We need you. Here we go.
Ground ball to third base. Oh, great stop. Off balance speed. There's one and two. What a play. Always love a double play, especially when it's as smooth as the one they just turned. So with one away, the bases are loaded. And here is Joe Random. Already a homer for him in this one. Line, and that's a base knock. One runs in. Here's the throw. But it's offline. The run will score. It looked for a second like he was a little out in front, but he did a great job to keep the hands back and swing through the ball. And he's rewarded with a couple of RBIs. So 2 down. Andres Chaparro now at the plate. On the ground, this should do it. On to first. Ball game. Random with a terrific day at the plate in his AAA debut. He looked...
Beat up the block in the corner, my press a little button to open the wings. Ain't no events in the deal, I just signed. I don't need to let control my strings. A lot of these
Joe Random coming off his first AAA homer. Random will hit next. He had a fantastic day at the plate in his AAA debut. Let's see if he can continue to impress in this one.
Hey, drive him in for us. We need you. Here we go.
Ripped into the outfield. Boots it. Round second, headed for third. Coming to the plate. To second, but way too late. Safe there. Runner scores, and they take the lead. No outs and a runner at third. Random cracked a double the first time at bat. Hard hit to third. One away, run comes in to score. That's the kind of situational hitting you like to see at this level. Know the situation and come through with the RBI ground out.
Here we go.
Base hit. And the lead runner holds on at second base. And he's clearly locked in after yet another hit. Really seeing the ball well lately. And he's a threat every time he steps into the box. This one is labeled. That one's carrying. That one is gone. Made them pay for that one. A solo blast. And they add on. It's 6-3.
Left fielder, Joe.
They are feeling great right now. Already out in front. Then they add that homer. Hard hit left side. Sends it to first. Out with room to spare, and that's the end. Random was outstanding in this one, helping them get the win. Put together. Here's the left fielder, Joe Random. 3 hits last night, a big factor in getting that win. Into the outfield, base hit. Gets on base and keeps it going.
Batting fourth.
The batter now, Joe Random. 1 for 1 with a single so far. Base hit. I know I was preaching an
Now
up-the-middle
the
approach, but
shortstop,
that ball was hit
ball.
right on the screws,
Young.
and that leads to a lot of base knocks, no matter which direction you send it. Runner at first. Now the left fielder, Joe Random. That one is absolutely pummeled.
Ball, get.
Hits the fence. Runner rounds third, on his way to the plate. Now launches a throw way high. And he's clearly locked in
Now
after
batting,
yet
left
another
fielder,
hit.
Joe
Really seeing the ball well lately.
Random.
And he's a threat every time he steps into the box. To short, could be two. To second for one. On to first, double play, and that's the inning. Joe Random, the next to hit. Grounder to third. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. Throw to first, out. Good job to stay with it there for the second out. Random did well despite the loss. 3 hits in this one, always respect. Here's the left fielder, Joe Random. Collected 3 hits in the loss yesterday. This one's hammered to left center, well struck. And it's a one-hopper off the wall, should be extra bases. Headed for the plate. Runner scores, and they have the lead. Always feels good when you come through and get your team on the board first. Right there, we saw a fastball that was piped, and he was licking his chops as that thing was coming in. Great cut. Hard ground ball, base hit. Runner around third. Crosses the plate. It's an RBI single. 3-0.
Now batting, the first.
2
Now
outs,
batting,
bases empty.
Left fielder, Joe Random.
Swing and a drive.
Get over, get over.
That one hops the wall. Around first, hustling for 2. It's a double, 3-hit ball game. We hear a lot about how the numbers turn against the pitcher the
Now
third
batting,
time through
left
the order,
fielder,
and
Joe
that might be what's happening here.
Random.
Looking at the manager, he may have a decision to make. Bashes this one to deep left center. That one's back there. It's off the wall. Around first and heading for second. That's a double, makes it a 4-hit game. And he's clearly locked in after yet another hit.
left fielder,
Really
number
seeing the ball
24,
well lately.
Joe
And he's a threat every
Random.
time he steps into the box. This one is labeled. One hops off the wall, might be trouble here. 1 run is in, coming around third. He'll score 2. Nicely done, brings home 2. That ball was
Now
humming as it
batting, the left
left the
fielder,
bat.
Joe
Pretty clear early on in that play
Random.
that he was looking at extra bases. This one is labeled.
Go, ball. Go, go, go.
It's a one-hopper off the wall, should be extra bases. Coming to the plate, comes across to score. Tallies a run and earns the RBI. That one had an exit velocity of 105 miles per hour. Anytime you hit one that hard, you're shocked if you don't. So 2 down. Now the left fielder, Joe Random, coming off a big game last night with 5 runs driven in. That one is absolutely pummeled.
Ball, get out.
It bangs off the wall. Around first and digging for second. In at second with a 2-out double. All over that one. That ball was labeled 109 miles per hour. That is a really impressive cut. Wallops this one out towards right center. And that's an automatic double as it hops the fence as a run scores. One out and the base is empty. Hammers this one in the air deep to left center. This one's gonna carry. It's out of here. Made them pay for that one. A solo blast. And we are all tied up. That was a low 90s fastball, and it wound up in a spot that Vargas. One at second, and that's two. Huge effort at the dish. I hope he savors this game. So 2 down, and now it's going to be Joe Random. 3 hits in the loss last night. This ball is crushed deep to left. This one's going to go. That's a good job to be aggressive in the box after watching him closely on the mound. Once you've got his timing down, it's a lot easier to give a strong, confident swing. And it's through for a hit. Runner aboard on the leadoff single. Got away with it right there. That ground ball was yanked and it was hit hard, so that made the difference. Like I said earlier, I really think a better approach would be staying up the middle, but it worked out that time. This one's hammered to left center, well struck. And it's gone. A solo blast, his second of the night. And that's how they take the lead. It's now 2-1. A pivotal moment in this game. That homer might be the most important swing in this one.
Hey, we need you right now. Here we go. Come on.
A laser into the outfield. They get out of it, inning over. Opposing pitchers will want to take note of how he performed in this one. So 2 down. Next up for the Red Wings, Joe Random. Hammered down the line for a base hit. Now he turns for second. The throw in. Not in time. He's got a double. All over that one. Got the center cut fastball and pounced on it. That thing was smoked. 2 outs, 2 runners in scoring position. Random cracked a double the first time at bat. That one smashed to left field. Base hit. 1 run is in. Throw comes into second. A 2-run double. It looked for a second like he was a little out in front, but he did a great job to keep the hands back and swing through the ball. And he's rewarded with a couple of RBIs. And that's ripped to left. Right there to make the grab. 1 down. 1 out and 2 on. Digging in for the Red Wings, Joe Random.
Hey, come on, big guy. I need you right now.
And there's a hit. Throw back in holds the runner at third. Base is now loaded. Only 1 away. And he's put together quite a game at the plate. Nice compact bat path on that swing and a great rip into center field. Liners like that. Here's the left fielder, Joe Random. Drove in both of their runs last night. Also had 3 hits in the win last night. And that one hammered. This one's pretty deep. And it's gone. Made them pay for that one. A 2-run blast. And that's how they take the lead. It's 2-0. That's a good job to be aggressive in the box after watching him closely on the mound. Once you've got his timing down, it's a lot easier. This one swung on, hit very well. Way back there. Bangs off the wall. In at second with a 2-out double. And he's clearly locked in after yet another hit. Really seeing the ball well lately. He's a threat every time he steps into the box. Bashes this one to deep left center.
Get out of here, get out of here.
And that one hops the wall. Around first, hustling for 2. In safely with a double, second of the day. Such an impressive performance out of him in this one. His 3rd hit for extra bases. That one might as well have been placed on a tee right down the middle, a hitter's dream and a pitcher's nightmare. This next at bat looms very large. Hard hit for a base hit. Off to a good start with the leadoff knock. He's put together a really excellent game with the bat. Nice line drive cut there, had everything working smoothly on the swing. That's one to try. Joe Random comes into this one fresh off a 4-hit. Coming up to the dish for Rochester, Joe Random, coming off a 4-hit effort in yesterday's game. Well struck, out to left.
Get out, ball. Get out.
Bangs off the wall. Coming to the plate. Runner scores, and they have the lead. It's an RBI single, 1-0. 2 away and a runner at first. Joe Random now at the plate. Picked up an RBI the last time up. Still their only run of the game so far. And that's a base hit into left. They stop the lead runner at second, now 2 on with 2 outs. And he's clearly locked in after yet another hit. Really seeing the ball well lately. And he's a threat every time he steps into the box. Hit hard on the ground to short. Over to first.
Got him.
And there's 2 away.
Now batting.
All set to start the 9th inning in this one. Stepping to the plate for Rochester, Joe Random. finds its way through for a hit. Off to a good start with the leadoff knock. And he's just given them a big... If he has more games like this, a promotion will probably fall. Next up for the Red Wings, Joe Random. 1 run batted in yesterday, and that was their only run of the game. This one is labeled. And a base hit around second on his way to third. Boots it, runner rounds third, on his way to the plate. Runner scores, and they take the lead. Tag out. Aggressive base running there, trying to take advantage of the defense, but they get the out at third. From yard waste to roadkill, there's no mess that Blank's disposal service can't help you with. Call today to help clean up the mess in your life. The throw to first. Leadoff batter retired in the 4th. We're back here at the ballpark. Top of the 6th. Now, Joe Random. Line drive. That's a base knock. Runner on base to start the inning. And he's clearly locked in after yet another hit. Really seeing the ball well lately. And he's a threat every time he steps into the box. Hammers this one in the air, deep to left center. This one's gonna carry. It's out of here. Made them pay for that one. A 2-run blast. And they add on. It's 5-2. They are feeling great right now. Already out in front. Then they add that homer. Random was outstanding in this one, helping them get the... What? Joe Random currently on it. So up next, Joe Random. Runners at the corners, nobody out. Defense will need to be sharp to keep them from crossing the plate. That one is absolutely pummeled. One hops off the wall, might be trouble here. Coming around third. Also crosses the plate. Ralph's Weasel Emporium is your one-stop shop for all things Weasel. For this month's special offer, ask for Stuffy. Random drove in 2 with a double the first time up. That one hammered center field. It's pretty deep. And that ball's out of here. And he rounds the bases in his very first trip to the plate. Way to go above and beyond. That's a base hit. Run scores. Can't glove it cleanly. And he continues this huge game, even if that one did stay in the yard. What a performance. Joe Random getting ready to hit. He's already gone yard in this game. Swing and a drive. That one hops the wall. Around first, hustling for 2. Here comes the throw. But he's in there easily. And he's clearly locked in after yet another hit. Really seeing the ball well lately. He's a threat every time he steps into the box. And that one fouled off. Bowman, 33 years old, a former first-rounder back in 2015. Line drive, and that's a fair ball. Makes the turn, heads for second base. The throw in, into second with a double, and they've got something brewing now. This is a terrific performance in this one. Good rip down the line there. As soon as it fell in fair territory, it was pretty much guaranteed extra bases.
We need each other. We have to have each other for our survival. From the
Joe Random with 5 hits. Random will hit next.
Hey,
a 5-hit ball game yesterday. So we'll see if that momentum carries over to this one. Swings and lifts this one to center. Way back, and it's gonna go. Home run. When a hitter puts a swing like that on the first pitch of an at-bat, it's because they came up looking for that exact pitch. I think that's the case for him there. He absolutely smoked that one. Line drive, dunks one into left, and the leadoff hitter aboard. And that makes it another multi-hit game for him. He's had some really good ABs lately. That one was served in a punch bowl right down the middle, and he regretted it as soon as it left his hand. Base hit. They stop the lead runner at second, now 2 on with 2 outs. And he's clearly locked in after yet another hit. Really seeing the ball well lately. And he's a threat every time he steps into the box. Left field getting pretty deep. That one's back there. This one is gone. A 2-run blast. Second home run of the game. And they slide in front in the 6th. It's 6-5. That was a big-time blast in a big-time spot. That one ripped out to left.
Get out, ball, get out.
That one's gone. That one felt good. Obviously, he was a big piece of their offense in this ballgame.